Yes, guys, welcome back to the Kop TV Hot Kopics, episode 198. Ooh, almost 200 out there, Doyle. Of course, we'll be looking back at the disgraceful result at Anfield on Saturday, which I'm not going to lie, it didn't ruin my birthday. It was on the actual day of my birthday. It didn't totally ruin it. It made a big dent in the happiness, I'll be honest. Like, why are we drawing 1-1 at home with Burnley and Leeds and Wolves and Sunderland? We'll get into all of that. Myself and Doyle, shout out to everyone who is locked in with us live and direct from wherever in the world. Let us know where you're watching from. Doyle's got a pretty serious injury, unfortunately.
I've got a grade 2 tear on my back, so I'm a little bit grumpy. And I'm going to try my best to be a little bit patient, but all my days I'm in pain. If you've ever had a back injury, then you know how painful it can be. And I've been walking around like an old man, sat there going to watch Liverpool on Saturday like, I'm frail, but the boys are going to give me strength. And he just didn't. They just didn't. Actually,
but listen, rest up. He still made it into the studio for the podcast, so we love the commitment. But he's got physio later on. And I've seen the injury. He was, you know Doyle, he's always filming content, playing football on his own most of the time.
So weird. I know, it was I know, and it was such a sad injury. I was on my own.
It's really sad.
I just kicked the football. That's all I did. I didn't do anything mad. Didn't do any freestyle.
You went, oh lads, what's that?
It was like a ping. I see me back instant. I know, like when you do it right, you hear a pop in your body. It's weird, and I heard it. And I was like, oh. And straight away from the football pitch, I had to go to the A&E, cried to the A&E staff, and I didn't cry but I was close to it, screaming my head off. He put me on a bed, offered me morphine and everything. I was like, no, I don't need morphine.
You should have taken it.
I know, but it would have made me a big dope lad, you know what I mean? So I was like, no, I need to be functional.
You just said, have you ever had a back injury? And I've just remembered I broke my rib, but super low down on the back. So
painful.
And I had them morphine stickers that they, like big patches.
That's what I need now. Big morphine sticker.
I'm sure you get one. Yeah, so.
But the boys haven't got no back injuries, so they've got no injury.
Well, they've got no backbone.
Got no,
got no bloody backbone at the minute.
Excellent, there's your title.
Right? You've got more backbone than they
do. And I've got none.
And you've got a grade 2 backbone. Anyway, at least we can have a bloody laugh.
My brother, look at all the lovely happy birthday messages to you.
Shout out to Tan.
You still loved, Gilly.
MK. Gilly, you're still loved. Happy birthday, AGT. Do you know what? It's just lovely seeing all these beautiful messages.
Thanks for wishing him happy birthday.
Much. Appreciate it. But it wasn't the happiest birthday, I'll be honest. I mean, the day itself, like I woke up, I had a lovely breakfast, took Gus out for a walk, stumbled across a brand new pub in Hope Street.
Oh, you told me this, yeah.
Called the Shandon Bells.
Yeah.
You will love it in there.
Old wooden beast.
Yes, bro.
Yeah,
it's like someone's just picked up a country pub in Cork.
Yeah.
And just slapped it in the middle of
Hope
Street.
Just stick that in Hope Street.
Opposite Hope Street Hotel.
What's your favourite pubs? My favourite pubs is dark wood, nice dim lighting, stout on tap. Sorted. That's all I need. And
Sorted. 2 tens on the radar. Sorted.
Great. And a little bit of footy on the corner there, you know what I mean? So I'm just chilling that in the dim lit.
So we went there for one, and then I got jumped in a cab down to Anfield. You know, I like to have a little drink at the SO before I go in. Met my mates. I've got the Ray-Ban Meta.
Show them, lads. Show the belters. I came in and he had them on. I was like, "Are you filming me?"
Yeah. Do you know what? This has never been done before on the Kop TV. Here are the Ray-Ban Metas.
You can film.
Right, they're currently live. This is me recording a video right now.
I'm recording you. Well, you're recording us.
This is me recording you whilst you're watching a recording live of us, if that even makes sense. So there's Doyle, there's the studio. I'll upload this video later
you should
see the BTS, but yeah.
People would love to see.
Mumsy,
we have about 4 or 5 cameras pointing at us at once. Big tellies everywhere. It's mad.
Yeah. So listen, I went to the game, sat down. It was a bit emotional for me because I was sitting quite near to Lorraine's seat, and I could see, everyone in and around that seat kind of explaining to people what had happened while She Never Walk Alone was playing. So
very emotional.
It was an emotional one, and then the game kicks off. Pretty poor for the first 20 minutes. Nothing really happens, and then we get a penalty, and I'm thinking, right, surely. Dominic's
a boss, like.
We're going to score this. Surely we are. When has Dominic Szoboszlai ever missed a pen?
I said that in my thing, the video that I did. I don't remember. I think this might be his second or first pen that he's ever missed in his career. He's hit them all in the same spot as well, and the first time he hasn't hit it in the same spot, he hits the bar.
Yeah, I mean, when he steps... Well, before he steps up, we're looking who's on the pitch, because obviously no Mo Salah. I'm thinking, who's going to take this? No McAllister as well. Gakpo has taken a couple before, but I guess he's not the most convincing
I agree.
player. So, of course, everyone, including myself and everyone in the ground watching at home like Doyle, you would go, yeah, of course it's Dominic Szoboszlai who's taken this pen. Of course it is. He's never let us down. I mean, the power and velocity that he managed to get on that penalty was nothing short of explosive. And then it cannons off the crossbar. But actually, after that, Doyle, I thought Liverpool's reaction to missing the pen was good.
I thought, I'm not going to lie, I think the whole performance was great in lots of ways. I do, lad. I think that we played really
Can't
good
use
football.
The word great for
it
a
wasn't
draw.
because we didn't win.
Yeah.
We had a good performance that deserved to win that football game, but we just didn't take our chances. And I think I did think that missing that penalty sort of set the tone for that type of like, oh, we'll just get another one. Oh, we'll just get another one. And it was indicative of the game that we played. Even the first few minutes, do you remember Kirke's got the ball on the left wing? Bro, if he just takes less touches on that, it's a goal. It's just a goal. Because he's not had a nice wide touch on it as he's receiving it. He's had to again took a nice little neat touch. But at that, when he's done that, it's give the defenders time to get back in position, and he can't cross it into Gakpo because of it. It was just too much like... So we were waiting for perfection. That's what it almost reminded me of. Like when Arsenal used to do it when they had Arsene Wenger, and it'd always be like, you've got to score a beautiful goal. I don't want a beautiful goal, lad. I just want it in the back of the net, to be quite honest with you. But it was funny. I laughed my head off, right? Because Cody Gakpo's cutting in was good for something. It was. Because he cut in and got us a penalty. So fair play.
Was it 100% a pen? It's a little bit soft for me.
From one of the angles that I've seen, his knee really takes Cody Gakpo's knee out. It's very high, so it doesn't look like a natural...
Do you know what? I've not even watched highlights.
It isn't. It's like thigh on thigh. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
so
he
stretched it. Yeah, he stretched his knee out to go and cut in, as he always does, and then he's went to try and win the ball, but his thighs caught him before he's got the ball. So it is a pen. It's quite a soft one, but still a pen.
So it rattles off the bar, and you're thinking, oh wow, what is going to happen in this game now? And then brilliant work from Hugo Ekitike for the goal.
Good. He's so good. He's a dog, lad.
I mean, it was a ball that flies up in the air. You're thinking, if he can bring it down, great.
What a touch!
If he can get a throw in, great. Can he get us a corner? But no, he takes the touch down. And he's kind of got that, I don't want to use the word aura, but when he's on the ball, you can see defenders get scared because he's quite unpredictable. Almost a bit like Mane in that way. Big up to Mane, by the way, won African
well done,
mate. In the way that he brings the ball down, and then the defenders are backing off. They're thinking, is he going to cut in? Is he going to go down the line? He manages to squirm through three of them.
Yeah.
And for how tall he is as well. That's how you use your body, Cody Gakpo, by the way.
Yeah.
That's how you use your body. You get your arms out, you're strong.
You're wiry.
Keep your head down, you just go, you're wiry.
Yeah.
Key word, slippery. Gets to the byline. Curtis Jones, keeps hold of the ball and gives it to Flo. And listen, for all the criticism, rightfully so, that Flo has received throughout the early stages, at least, of his Liverpool career, no assists in how long. He's now got 4 goals in 5 games, or 6 goal contributions in his last 5 games. He's picked up man of the match in most of those games. And that's the kind of finish, Doyle. I mean, you've done it yourself, I've done it. You get it. All the traffic is on that side. And the keeper himself is thinking, the way his body is set up for this, he's going to try and wrap it in the far corner. But the control on the shot and the technique to go the other way, wrap it inside, and obviously the keeper, he's got no chance. That is a fantastic goal from Florian Wirtz.
It's what the best finishers do. If you watch Mbappe, you watch Mo Salah, they always disguise the shots like they're going to go far post, and he just took it in near. Usually Mo Salah's ones go across the floor, but they go in. And it was a great finish. It was almost like he knew what he was going to do before the ball got to him. Take a touch on my feet, wrap it into that near post. It was a great goal.
Coutinho-esque finish in his prime.
I agree. I do agree with that. He's seeming like he's finding his feet. Now, watching him against Burnley was a joy. Yeah. He was the best player, head and shoulders, on the pitch. He was
in the
excellent.
second half where he evades everyone.
Do you know what as well, right? His dribbling definitely is it's brilliant to watch, right? His dribbling is great. But the intricate passes that he does just through the lines, there'd be bodies there, and I don't know how he finds it, but he finds a little
really
slip.
He's starting to be that guy.
He's
now.
excellent. I'm looking. But then I've heard as well, he's put 6 pounds or 6
Muscle.
kg of lean muscle on. And you can see it even with his haircut. He's got a bit of a different haircut. He looks like he's sort of locked in a little bit, found his place in the team, and now he's the best player, to be quite honest. It was Dominic Szoboszlai, and he's still carrying us. But Flo looks like that creative outlet that we bought. He's excellent, mate. It was a joy to watch him. It was really devastating that we didn't get the win, to be quite honest with you, because his performance absolutely deserved 3 points. Even the one, right, we're going to talk about the game still, but the one in the second half where he's beat the men lad, he's went through a crowded box there, disguised again. I'm going to wrap it. No, I'm not. I'm talking to him, dribbling through.
Again, there's 4 players he's got rid of there.
It's insane.
I mean, he could find space in a phone box.
Yeah, a yard in a phone box, lad. That's what I always say. He could find a yard in a phone box, right? And he does that exact thing, goes past him, slips it with his left foot to Gakpo. It's a proper open goal. There's just one man in the goal. You can finish that easy peasy. Clears it off the line, and that's the type of finishing that we've got at the moment. That is not helping us.
What do you blame there? The poor finishing, or is it just unlucky that they've got someone on the line?
Gakpo should
where
be
else?
better.
Where else could he put it?
Anywhere, body height.
Yeah, I know.
Just lift it.
Yeah.
Just lift it anywhere up above the hips. It's going in because he's going to have to handball it, or he's going to throw his body and he's not going to be able to get it. If he hits across the floor, you're giving him an 80% chance of clearing it, and it was just a poor finish, to be quite honest with you. If I think of somebody like Mo Salah in front of that, it's a goal. It's just a goal. It just goes in.
If it's Mo Salah, it is a goal because the ball, he would take that on his left foot, whereas Gakpo's allowed it to come across to his right foot. I mean,
no, he hits it with his left. He does. He hits it with his left.
I mean, like I said, I've not even watched highlights.
I haven't said it. 180 grand or something, 150 grand. You should be able to score with your left foot, brother.
No, listen, I'm with you.
It was just a shame on Vert, and there's been so many occasions like that throughout his Liverpool tenure where he just hasn't been helped by his teammates. He should have about 8 assists right now, genuinely.
Yeah. And a few more goals there as well. I mean, how many shots did we have?
27.
The thing is,
21.
And I was watching this, I always keep an eye on the clock at Anfield just to kind of remember things. Like if something really good happens that I want to mention in the fan cams, I'll quickly have a look at the clock and then I can refer to the time that it happened. But Mario made a good point in the fan cams as well. Like at half time, we're 1-0 up. Obviously, we should have been 2-0 up with the penalty. But at half time, what is Arne Slot saying?
I don't know. He must be saying do more of the same. Because honestly, again, I thought it was a good performance. It was one of our best performances, to be quite honest with you, which I expect because we're playing a Burnley team who are 19th, 18th in the league, coming to Anfield, who've struggled massively, and we still allowed them to score, which was terrible. But if you look at the stats, brother, 28 shots, 7 on target, 73% possession. Do you know how many passes we had?
671.
That is...
I've got it here.
That's like... I can't believe a team can pass the
close to
ball almost 700 times and not score or create or win the game. Like, I don't understand it. 90% passing accuracy. But is it because all of them passes are sideways, all of them passes are backwards? Then it doesn't really equate to creating chances. But in this game, I still think we created a buttload. The amount of... We should have been 3 or 4-1 up.
We should have won the game 3 or 4-1. I think the thing for Liverpool... So... Second half comes out. Again, it's very side to side. The players are obviously being instructed to play like this at home to Burnley, who are 19th in the Premier League. It's not like the players are choosing to play this style themselves. They've been instructed to, which for me, when you're looking at, where the teams are in the league, it's like, I'm just looking at this Kirkers chance again. How has he not just smashed that across the keeper into the goal? But brilliant work from Szoboszlai and Kirkers to get there. The game, that's 3 minutes in, and it could have been so different,
it's
right?
Great. The amount of passes we were playing through the lines, it was good. The problem is when we go goal ahead. That's the issue, right? Because when it seems to be, as soon as we go goal ahead, let's retreat and go into our shell a little bit and just pass the ball about and calm the game down. When we're not used to that, we're used to this high-tempo football, and as soon as we score, we want to score again, and then we knock teams out of the water because of that. And it just seems
why
like
are we not going
letting
for it
teams
again?
back into it. But that's what we're doing.
The second half starts, and again, it's side to side. A lot of, kind of... What's the word to describe how we played in the second half? Before we started really being desperate and smashing balls everywhere and trying to score.
Reserved.
I
guess that's the word.
But why?
Because we're winning 1-0, so that seems to be good enough, to be quite honest with you. It never is in the Premier League.
It just never is, bro.
These players that we're playing against, it doesn't matter if they're Burnley or if it's Man City, they've all got players in there that can score goals. That's why they're in the Premier League. And it was evident. I'm gonna do it. I don't like doing this as well. Like, but Konate was at fault for the game, the goal, lad. He should have been covered in that space
How
that
many
lad's
times
running
have
into.
we said that this season?
I don't want to get on any players' back. That's not. We don't do that on this channel. We actually don't. We don't cuss out players because it just doesn't feel right. They're all people. But he has been a really weak link in that defence. It's been poor from him all season, and that goal came from his side. A really easy ball. We lost the ball really easily. It was stupid, and then a really easy ball down his channel, and he just slots it.
Yeah, I'm watching the chance that they had just before the goal, which Konate actually does save.
Yeah, and nearly scores. Nobody nearly scores an own
But he
goal.
has to do that, though. He actually has to do that. It's actually a very...
Do you think... I did watch it and I thought, he knows what he's doing.
if it goes in, you're livid. But I'm watching the goal now. Curtis Jones leaves Edwards, who, came through at Tottenham as a good player. That ball is so clearly just made for him to run onto. And I look back at Konate's positioning for the goal here, and he needs to get up a bit more. He needs to run across and predict that ball is coming. Yeah. It's a bit flat-footed.
It's very obvious.
He does get a leg that goes right across, when the shot's gone in, but it's a millisecond too late. Could Alisson save that?
Yes, but I also think it's a very difficult shot to save, and Joe will tell you it's very quick, but it also bounces just before it gets to him, and they're the hardest ones to save as a goalkeeper because you're guessing the trajectory, and then the ball, your hands are here, and the ball lands there, and it bounces over your hands, and that's exactly what happened to Ali. He saved us in many occasions. He saved us in that instance where Konate's, rightly so, as you said, got the ball, but he nearly scored an own goal. He saved us there, and there was signs that they were getting back into the game, and we just didn't do anything about it until he scored. It was as simple as that, really. And
then that chance right at the end when Curtis flies it across the goal, it's obviously a shot.
Oh, and
across.
Then Hugo just misses
gets his toe on it.
Oh, my God.
And then 86 minutes. Obviously, Rio does well on that side, cuts into Maka.
So good, Rio.
Falls back down for Maka, and he just absolutely skies it over. That was criminal.
Maka's one made me upset, lad.
There's two that he did. Rugby
shots. Okay, while we're talking about Konate being a bit poor this season, he's another one. Maka's been so far off it. He's a World Cup winner, and if you watch his performance in the World Cup final, believe me, you'd think he's like Zidane or something because he was that good in that final. He's just fell off it. That he should have at least be getting that on target. It was ridiculous that he didn't, to be quite honest with you. But I do love the introduction of Rio later on in games.
Over Chiesa as well.
I think
he's chucked on Rio.
I get it. To be quite
honest
honest with you.
Kyle Walker on toast as well, by the way. I just wanted him to do it a bit more. Like, you could see he was backing off. He didn't really know what to do.
Yeah.
Go at it, bro. He's like 37. You're 20 years younger than Kyle Walker.
What the hell? That's mad. 20
so
years
go
ago.
and like embarrass him.
He did
embarrass him.
Some of his play where he dribbles past players, mate, you just can't get the ball off him.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are. He just runs at you, and sometimes it's impossible.
He had a better game against Kyle Walker than he did against Barnsley.
Yeah.
Because I think the Barnsley players were like,
they don't go for the ball.
We don't care.
Yeah.
Like, we'll just take you out.
Yeah, yeah. They don't go for the ball.
Like, make it really difficult where 30-year-old league... What league are they in? League One.
Just going to bother you.
Lads,
yeah.
basically. We'll just... Yeah. So, how we didn't win that game... I think if we did win that game, it would have still gone back to, but we're not convincing. Like me and you have spoken about so many times. It's not, we don't enjoy the wins. Like, we would have been saying all that if we scraped a 2-1 win.
Yeah.
But because we didn't, I mean, I said the words disgraceful, pathetic. I said all of that stuff, which I think the performance itself wasn't disgraceful, but the result was disgraceful for me.
And that's the whole point, right? Is there's an attribute of getting over the line that is an attribute.
They're being told to sit back and side to side. They're being told to do this. I mean, look, there were some boos at the end. I'm going to be honest. I was sitting in the Kop. Arne Slot did come round and got an applause when he clapped the Kop, but there was a 2-second outburst of some boos. I'm not going to say the whole Kop end was booing. Liverpool fans don't necessarily do that.
No, we don't.
And listen, let's break this down, right? People pay a lot of money for season tickets, for tickets. Of course, I would never take away a fan's right to boo. It's just not me, but I understand why people
Everyone's
do
allowed to support.
Everyone is allowed to express how they feel at a football match. For me personally, the booing stuff, I don't even think we did that under Roy Hodgson. We've seen other teams boo teams off, and is there a reaction that actually works off the back of that? Does it just frustrate the players even more? You've heard that Virgil, after the game, he came out and said, we need more support. And I think it's been highlighted as maybe a big cornerstone in Arne Slot's career so far, getting booed off the pitch by some people. Whether it's 100, 200, 300 people, people are still booing. They're not happy. They're not content with that performance. So when the boos did happen, I kind of looked around and went, it's never a good sign for the manager. And actually, I'll be super frank with you, bro. It was the first time where I've come out and gone, maybe it's time.
Well, I said this in my video, and it was the first thought that I had as well. Brendan Rodgers drew 9 games in a row. Do you remember that? And it weren't necessarily that we were performing terribly. We just weren't getting over the line, which tells me, why are they not doing that? There's something's missing here with Liverpool, because we're the best at getting over the line. Yeah. We go beyond, and we did it at the start of the season. That's part of our DNA. And it's just reminded me of that tenure of Brendan Rodgers, that part of his tenure, sort of matching up really closely. We were unhappy with the start of the season. Then he carries on. He gets a bit more of something out of the team, but it's not quite enough. We draw 9 games in a row, and it gets to a point where you're like, the standards are not good enough. We're going to have to change. And it may be that'll come into fruition, you know, when people like Xabi Alonso are available. It might happen, but right now I just can't see it, to be honest with you. I've seen loads of things saying, oh, the board's still backing him. He's on track for top 4 still. If they get top 4, I don't think they're going to be bothered, to be quite honest with you, because that's the highest target that we can get this season. It still get them the money for Champions League. I don't know. Do you think he will get sacked, mate? I guess that's the question. I know, honestly, we see in our comments how many people...
to ask.
What do you think?
Will he get sacked by FSG before the season ends? I think is the question, and I think the answer is no.
Yeah, I agree.
I think the answer is no. If, and as we say, if is the biggest word in football, we are in amongst, in my opinion, the most miserable unbeaten run, right? We haven't lost in 12 games since Mo Salah left. And now he's coming back. We might lose a few now. Just joking.
That's another thing, though. Wirtz has been better since he's
been
gone.
But for me, bro, it's just... Obviously, Alonso is there. He's available. I think the best manager out there in terms of a fit, and we talk about this word, it's only 2 letters. It's the biggest word in football. If this, if that. If they do decide to part ways with Slot, my first choice would be Luis Enrique.
Yeah, great manager. Absolutely great manager.
And I know he's not keen on signing a new contract at PSG. We've even heard rumours that, you know, Spurs might be lining up Alonso as well if Frank gets the sack. So
it's a really difficult one, because imagine this. If I put it to you like this. We have a different manager in right now, right? And we're playing how we're playing. But Arne Slot is playing for another team, managing another team, and he's won the Premier League with them. You'd be looking at him going, let's get him in.
Yeah.
Let's get him to Liverpool.
And again, the respect, like the credit in the bank, we talk about that. This is why I think you don't boo a manager that's won you the Premier League.
I agree.
I don't want to focus on it too much, because it literally was for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
And it's been highlighted and blown up so much.
It's more the result. It's
the
compounded,
by
the way.
Yeah,
it's compounded. Like, as you said, you started the stream by saying we haven't beat a single promoted team at Anfield, and that's just not good enough.
The first time since 1981.
What? That's like...
And even then we were the best team in Europe. We won the Champions League in 81 and beat Real Madrid.
Yeah,
but we have these weird records sometimes where everything seems to be going so well, but a few results throw up these... I mean, we've had the worst ever period of Liverpool's history in this season.
Since 70 years or something.
Since 80 odd years, maybe even 100 years.
Since the 50s.
Then we've now steadied the ship, if you want to call it that, into this miserable, and I'm going to call it that, it's a miserable unbeaten run.
Yeah,
the fan base, I think, is now leaning towards more out than in, because of, you know, like we've just said, Leeds, Wolves, Sunderland, Burnley, you know, that it's just not good enough.
The only one
it's literally not good enough.
I agree.
Anymore.
It's ridiculous. It's the most uninspiring unbeaten run I've ever been part of in my entire life.
Well, I've said miserable.
Yeah, it is
miserable. Couple of not super chats, just chats. Please don't let United finish above Liverpool slots.
They're a point behind us.
Shout out to Calvin. He says, hello, it's Calvin from Kenya. Love you guys. You never walk alone. Big him up. Everyone's saying that Slot's style doesn't suit us, too slow, etc. It's not the way he played at Feyenoord. He was known for quick attacks, says Lucy. Don't boo a Premier League winning manager. Have some respect, Lucy says. Anfield has been very flat recently. I'd agree, Glenn. I would agree. Next 2 games are massive at Anfield. In Newcastle, Man City, by the way. They're our next 2 games at Anfield. We've had this kind of easy period, bro, where we've been playing all these teams.
That was where we were supposed to pick up the wins.
This is where you get all your points, and then you can afford a draw.
We've been on 30-something points for like 2 months, it felt like. We're not even past it, are we?
36, 6 maybe.
We're not on 40 points after 22 games.
Race to 40 points, mate. Like Matisse always says every year. He will not be sacked before the end of the season. He'll leave by mutual consent in June 2026, says Rob. He's simply not good enough, says Frank Carlisle. Big him up. I feel a little bit for Arne Slot. Hear me out. The amount of change and downs we've had since winning the league, from the trophy parade to Diogo's passing, how do you manage all of that, says Jordan. Smart Bush says we have seen enough of him. Klopp's team that included Klein and Sacco was much better. Not sure about that. Losing Lucho was a bad move, as we refused to pay him what he deserved because of his age. Now look at him, he's Bayern's best player.
Yep.
I hate this sack the manager culture these days. He won the league last season. We've got a lot of bad luck this season with injuries. We're down to the bare bones. He needs additions. But will the club back him now? That's the thing. If you going back... And again, we lost Mark Gahey to Man City, man. That is, for me... That's not definitely all on Arne Slot, is it? It's more Richard Hughes. But I've heard that they're offering him 300k a week for a centre-back. I mean, if you're his agent, you hang up to Liverpool and you go straight to Man City. I think we were probably going to offer him half of that. So I understand that money has trumped us, but
it's not really though. It's not money that's trumped us.
But we're only in this situation because we didn't sort it out 7 months ago in August.
So it's only right that Man City go,
we were messing around.
You didn't want him.
This is our fault.
We'll have him, you know.
Yeah,
and we're like, go ahead, we're going to do nothing about it.
Semenyo and Gahey, for me,
they were our targets.
We should have bought them both.
Do you remember the start of January? We were talking about getting them. We were with Edel in December, like going, if we get these...
It's the 19th of Jan, Doyle. And we're not even rumoured to be buying.
We're not going to buy anybody.
So does that tell you then that the owners have almost made their mind up and they've gone, well, we're not going to back you, mate, because we're probably going to get rid of you in the summer?
I think they've spent a lot of money already, but the reality is for the owners, they're going to have to invest in centre-backs, whether it's Arne Slot's there or anybody else.
We've bought 2 centre-backs in 8 years.
We need to buy some immediately, and this is the problem. Like, that's why Mark A should have been our first target, to be quite honest with you. He should have been the first name on the board, get him in straight away, and then think about the attacking options. But we sold all our attacking players, had to buy loads, and now we've got an aging Virgil van Dijk who's still brilliant. No problem with him. I've got no problem with Virgil van Dijk this season. He hasn't had his best season, but he hasn't been the worst either.
Yeah.
But it's the likes of Joe Gomez, Kanate with no contract, and who else? Leone. That it? And some other 17-year-olds that we've just bought that we think are going to come into the Premier League. No. It's genuinely terrifying to see the trajectory.
Mohammed here says, only Leone was injured when we lost those 9 games in 12. But obviously they've just piled up since then. Gurhey's earning more than Wirtz. But that's what City can do, because we messed around and we were fannying around at the last minute of this transfer window in August or September. This is the outcome. This is what you get, boy. Like Ricky Gervais said, that's what you get, boy. If you're messing around...
Is that on the Romesh thing?
Yeah, that's what you get, boy.
Is that you asked? Yeah, well, this is what
you get if you mess around and the vultures, the sharks are circling. Like,
I've got a good question for you, by the way.
Huh?
I've got a good question for you.
What was the kind of, like, thought process from August to January when it came to Gahey? Was it... we can chill, put our feet up. He'll come to us in January.
The thought process
as soon as we go in,
the defence that we had last season was good enough to win the league, so it's going to be good enough to go into this season.
It's not the same defence at all, though, is it?
No, it is. Yeah, it's not, because the fullbacks have completely changed. He had Robbo, who offered a lot more defensive stability than young Kirchhoff does, and the double pivot just hasn't performed the same way it did last season either. Mahe was excellent last season. This season he's been so far off it, you can't even rely on him. So I think it's a mixture of lots of things. But my question to you, brother, is, do you want Kanate to sign a new contract?
No.
So you want him to go for the free?
I think the question should be, do you want Kanate to be first choice centre back next season? No. Do I want him to go for free? No.
He has to sign a contract.
So he has to sign it so we can get some cash in, but...
And that contract to be a first team, your first choice, is all the money
200 grand a week, yeah.
Do you want
what
that?
He wants.
Would you have that?
No. So what do we do then? Because we can't have him go for free again.
I don't think Kanate is necessarily a bad player. I think he's having a very bad season. He's won trophies with us last season. He was great in lots of areas when he played against Arsenal last season. He was boss, mate. Both games, Arsenal fans coming out saying how good Kanate was. This season, I don't know if his contract stuff is playing on his mind, if he's thinking of an exit already, and if he's thinking of an exit already, maybe that's why his standards have dropped, because he's just like, meh, don't really care, to be quite honest with you. I don't know if it's that or not. It's up to him to decide what he's doing with his future, but what we do know as Liverpool fans is he's not being very good, and he's also not signed a contract. So where does that leave us as fans in a football club? Because we need to get reinforcements immediately. Do you want to be part of this or not? And either or is fine, because it's your career, but we need to make a decision quickly on that, because that's going to have a knock-on effect on who we buy, who we get, how much we're going to pay them, etc. Does that make sense? I think that's one of the reasons why the Mark A things got halted so much, because of Kanate. I really do.
The amount of goals we conceded this season because of his out of position, just brain farts. Like,
he's not a bad player, but he's played badly.
I think this season though, he has had his chance to impress us. Like, Madrid have even come up to us and go, by the way, we don't even want him for free. Do you know how embarrassing that is? We don't. It's like going up to, I think I said this already.
Yeah, you did last time.
Guitar lesson.
Yeah.
I don't want guitar lesson.
Great.
Right? They're free, so
that's fine.
Just carry on walking.
Yeah.
Like, it's embarrassing. The journos that I'm looking at here, like David Lynch, are focusing on the boos. Anfield isn't happy with this. Is the headline? It's not acceptable. Gerrard's reaction to the draw.
It's not. I'm seeing people putting the ad as Jordan Peter Lee Jones. How many names have you got there, brother? 4 names. Barcola, Bastoni and Schlotterbach. Bastoni's not coming to us, brother. I'm sorry, he's not coming to Liverpool Football Club. He's in Inter Milan right now. He's an Italian boy. He's very happy. They're playing well in the Serie A. He's not coming to Liverpool. So that's not going to happen. We're going to have to buy... I hate this. You know, we had 6 months, 3 months, 2 months of more pull than Man City, and now we haven't. It's gone. In a snap of the fingers, we don't have any pull anymore. We're going to have to go for the underrated, projects again. That's who we are. That's what we're going to have to do. And Schlotterbeck, for me, he's a good player, but his injury record is terrible as well. So we need somebody that's going to be super reliable. We've already got a good player with a terrible record, and his name's Joe Gomez. So I don't know what we need. And if you can put proper names in the comments, maybe they're 2 good names and I'm just batting them off too easily, but put some names in the comments of centre-backs that you think that we can actually get that would do a good job.
Van der Ven?
And that's even... What?
Van der Ven?
No. Look at that Tottenham team right now. They're honestly...
Nathan Collins?
Maybe Nathan Collins. Do you know who I like? Dan Bollard from Sunderland. I know he's classic, I get it. He's not an expansive defender, and I get that. But Liverpool right now don't have anybody that's a dog. No one. Kanate was that, and he's off it. So I think we need somebody that's a classic. Nat Phillips, that type of individual that just throws his body at everything, gets in the way of everything, and goes, yeah, Virgil van Dijk, you're the ball player.
Murillo?
Have the ball. Murillo's great. Like Murillo. Definitely like him. But again, ball player mid.
But look at where they are in the league. How they've fallen off.
I don't know. Mickey van der Ven is a good, right? People would say Mickey van der Ven sounds good for Liverpool, and I agree to a certain point. But other than his pace, does his other attributes really stand out to you?
He likes an injury as well, little hamstring one, doesn't he?
So it's like, I don't quite know. I do like Murillo though.
We need a centre back. We need a CDM.
I think
we need a winger.
2 or 3 centre backs, lad.
Yeah, at least 2 centre backs.
Maybe Leone comes in, right? And we might be asking too much of him to come in next season, but he did look good in his Italian team as well. He looked great. He really did. But I think it'd be super unfair to him to go, right, you just had a potentially career-ending injury, and you're going to come back in the next season, and you better play well, because if you don't, then you know what I mean? I don't think that's fair on him. I think we have to go out and buy a first-team defender.
We are, when you look at where we've been this year or last year, winning the league, where we are now, in terms of stature and pool. It's literally just gone.
Hello? That's why I laughed.
And now it's like, what is the plan in the summer then? And who is going to be the manager? At the minute, it doesn't seem like we have a plan. And that is for considering how much money the guys like Richard Hughes are on. To not have a plan and to almost reveal your cards as well. We actually don't have any cards because we thought we were going to get him, didn't get him. Thought we were going to get him, didn't get him. So now we're just here with no plan.
Do you think...
it's not acceptable. I'm starting to get really fed up with the club, man.
Do you think that we haven't bought anyone in January, because I've seen this floating around? Do you think that we haven't bought anybody in January because of the board of thinking about Slot's future?
Well, I think that's definitely something that they're thinking about.
So
100%.
They're almost like, we can't buy a player for you.
But you still need to get something.
And that was my point earlier. It doesn't matter if Slot, Quasimodo, it could be anybody who's the manager of Liverpool. Do you know what we need? Centre backs, mate.
5 wins from 17, bro. 18 points in 51 points available.
Sorry?
When you look at it like that, big up John Boland in the chat. He's just said
What did you just
five
say?
wins from 17, bro. 18 points out of 51. That is never going to be good enough. That alone is sackable.
It is.
That alone is sackable. Especially when you look at the teams we've played.
He's lucky. Well, say not lucky, right? Let me not say them words. Not lucky. But he's had a lot to deal with this season. He did just win the league, so that's credit in the bank. Rest in peace, Diogo Jota. A really tragic event happened in the team. Reorganised everything, bought loads of new players. Was losing. Changed the system a little bit to give us more stability. Nothing off the pitch, in my opinion, has went his way. So he's had to deal with it on the pitch, and it's also not went his way. So I do agree with some of the sympathy comments, but I also am a proper Liverpool fan and understand that this is not good enough, and I'm not happy to watch this. So regardless of all the madness that's went on outside of the pitch, this is still not good enough. It's still not good standards. And who's to say that he's going to be brilliant again next season? Nobody knows. Yeah. But I think, in my opinion, I think that's what FSG are going to do. They're going to look at all the mitigating circumstances, which he definitely has had to deal with. He has.
There's no
and they're going to
that.
give him till next season. And if there is no improvement in the first 10 games, they're going to sack him. But in its own way, that's going to create so much chaos in the team. So I don't know if that's the right plan. I don't know what the right plan is right now.
What is the right thing to do right now?
I don't know. That I'm not paid millions and millions of pounds to find out what the
right
plan is.
I don't think the people that are paid millions and millions of pounds know either.
And what I don't want...
Which is very worrying.
This is what hurts my feelings. Oh, my back. I don't want owners and people in the back staff to become apathetic to Liverpool fans, okay? Yes, we've just won the league, but this is people's life. This is what we live around, right? This is what we celebrate, and we revolve our whole lives around this. So I don't want to be like, well, we can just sacrifice this season because people suffer as a result. I know it's only football, but as Jurgen Klopp said, football is the most important of all the least important things. And to me and Gilly, for example, we're diehard. We literally do podcasts every week and talk about Liverpool consistently. We want better for our team, and we have done better, and we deserve better, to be quite honest. It's not the standard of Liverpool, and that's why I think a lot of people are saying, get Xabi Alonso in, get Steven Gerrard as the assistant, reset the standards and get them to know what winning is. This team knows what winning is. It's the system. It's got to change, and I don't know if they believe in Arne Slot anymore because the results are not telling.
It's got really bad, man.
What you just said to me makes me feel sick. About 5 wins in 17 games. That's like what I'd expect from Burnley. To be quite that's so
even
bad.
Wolves haven't lost in 4 now.
That's like
and we barely beat them as well, and they're one of the 5. We barely beat Wolves. Wait, we beat Wolves 2-1, didn't we?
Yeah. No. Yes. Yes, yeah. Just about, my brother.
Though.
And I don't even remember that game though. But the last 15 minutes of that game, we looked like we were going to get battered by Wolves, lad. It's terrible.
You have to laugh, otherwise you will literally just smash this.
And it hurts me back to laugh as well.
It hurts your back, yeah.
That's the worst team in Premier League history, and we struggled against them when we played against Spurs, and they had 9 men. I was in the studio screaming at my team because Spurs were dominating.
They're 2 of the 5.
It's the mentality's not there anymore with the teammates, and that's why we're not able to get over the line as well, in my opinion. It's really sad state of affairs. Can we just win a game, please?
Shout out to Glenn, who says, heading over for the Champions League game against Karabag with my little lad. I'll keep an eye out for the Kop TV. Big up to Glenn. Hope you have a great day out.
Make sure you do, lad. You're always commenting. We always see your stuff, lad. Please come over and have a little fan cam with us. We'd love to see you, lad.
I won't be there.
You won't?
No. I'll be in Bangkok. This
time.
I won't be on the pod next week, will I?
Oh, I'm going to have to ask
Me
Joe.
And him, this fella here, I won't say his name because he likes to keep a,
what he just did is good that you didn't see it.
Yeah, but I'm going to Bangkok with him for some golf stuff.
Incredible.
So I'm not going to be at the Karabag game, and I'm not going to be at the Newcastle game.
I've just read the comments, and it takes me back to some trauma. And again, it's just the Brendan Rodgers thing, brother. 5 in 17, downright Spursy, and that's from James Delashire. Yeah, the last time we got compared to Spurs, who's the manager, brother? Brendan Rodgers. This is what it's reminding you of, isn't it? This is to me anyway. You'll have to. I might be just like connecting dots where there is no dots. This is proper reminding me of Brendan Rodgers. He had a great season. He won nearly won the league, but Slot won his league. And then the next season we completely dropped off. We tried to buy some new players, and it just didn't work whatsoever. And then he went into this stalemate of draws where nothing happened for us, and we weren't moving the pendulum in anyway. We weren't losing, we weren't winning, and then he got sacked. So. At least,
mate.
Mate, this is reminding me of Brendan Rodgers.
It's
The
shocking.
bald Brendan Rodgers.
It's absolutely shocking. A couple of chats before we wrap up and do the Marseille preview. I was in the Anfield Road on Saturday and was embarrassed to say that the ground was like a library. We, as supporters, need to drag the team to where they should be. Remember, you'll never walk alone, says Scuba Detective, 100%. You know, I have to say as well, that needs to improve. But it's easy to say, make a better atmosphere for the players. But we're a reactive fan base. We need the players to give us something to shout about. If there is side-to-side crabbish football, then we are not going to get excited about that. Yes, it's Barnsley at home on a Monday night, 8 o'clock. We're not going to get excited. And this isn't me being like an arrogant top six, big six football fan. Every fan base, maybe outside of Turkey and Argentina, Serbia,
Brazil.
they're just Brazil, even like, you know, the Czech Republic I've been to watch. Like, I've seen Liverpool beat Slavia Prague 6-1. And at the end of the game, you'd think they'd won because they're all in arms doing a big jump, and the fan, like,
European sport
they're
is better than British support anyway,
they're
without a
proactive
doubt.
fans, and they will, you know, scream,
Germans.
shout, jump, sing, flares, jump around, fight, all that stuff for 90 minutes, no matter what the score on the pitch is. But in this country, we are a reactive fan base, and unless we get something from them to shout about, a big tackle goes in, we win a corner, and we were doing that in to a degree on Saturday, but we need something to shout about. So give us something to shout about.
We're
Set
emotional.
the tone, and we'll follow you the whole way.
That's the
You
point.
go to war, and we'll be right there behind you. But we're not stepping out first for what? We need something to really fight for you for.
The point is, that's what Jurgen Klopp used to do. It was almost like he connected with the
He's
fans
going, "Come on,"
before
when he needed us,
thought about
"Come
the pitch.
on."
It was almost like before he thought about the pitch, he thought about the fans. He's like, how do I get these fans
And
on my
that's why you
side?
saw him,
How do I
Doyle,
get this team?
giving it all this, and sometimes, you know, it's a bit of a, you know, we've seen other players do it and it doesn't really work the same. But I think there was a point Errol made in his fan cam on the Redmen TV, and he said, as fans, we just want a little bit more personality from the manager. We're not saying go and be Klopp and do the fist pumps, but when he should, Arne Slot should now understand, as being Liverpool manager for, you know, almost 2 years now, he should understand the time when we need the fans. He should look at the fans and go, come on then, let's have this. We've got 20 minutes to go. It's 1-1 against
Stop
Burnley.
being so reserved.
Hands are in the pocket. You know, he never really shows us his personality. Does he have a massive personality? Maybe not. He won us the league, so there's always, you know, you can say, well, you don't need to be Klopp to win the league because you can do it in the controlled manner. But we're not even seeing that now. But I want to see him go, come on, guys, 20 minutes to go. I'm going to rattle. I'm going to crack a few eggs here to make an omelette. Sometimes you do have to say, come on, let's have a bit of reaction. And he doesn't do it. I wish he had a little bit more. Just give us something. At the end of a game, can you give us one of them, like, grit your teeth? Can you smack your
Well,
chest
if you're doing
or something?
something, if it's we haven't won,
'Cause
you go,
we're
I'm
such
sorry.
an emotional fan base. We almost crave. It's like Liverpool, the manager and the players on the pitch are like our dad, and we're like, come on, dad, show us that you love us.
Yeah.
Like, we'll fight for you, we'll die for you, but give us something to go for, and we'll be there all the way for you. But we're not getting any kind of personality or fight on the side of the touchline from Slot.
I agree.
And the subs were so late again, Doyle.
They were like
How
79
can you not
minutes.
see this?
Ridiculous.
How are you
Arne
not
Slot,
seeing this?
Arne Slot is not a manager, he's a head coach.
He's a coach.
And
I
you
was
can
saying this to
absolutely
Tegan
see
the
that.
other
He
day.
looks like he would be a great assistant to a manager. Yeah, but he doesn't have the personality to carry a Liverpool fan base without a shadow of a doubt. It's not there, which is fine if you're winning football games, right? It's a boring style of football. But if you win, you're like, cool, you're getting us over the line. We can celebrate the 3 points at least. But when you're not winning, all of these issues on this side of connecting with the fans really come to fruition because we are getting no hope and no inspiration from you. I said it earlier, I used to watch every single Jurgen Klopp press conference, whether we lost, drew, won, it didn't matter because everything he said was the right words and it made me feel like, yes, we can do whatever we want now, we're going to win, we're going to go on and be better. Arne Slot doesn't do that for me.
And Klopp would be the kind of manager, so let's say we're 1-0 at home to Sheffield United, right? We'd win a corner and he'd turn round to the main stand and go, come on, you're going to get us through this last 20 minutes. You're the ones that are going to make us
Suck
score
the ball
a goal.
into the goal.
And we don't have that anymore. And that obviously contributes to a worse atmosphere, worse performances, worse connection between the fans and the players and the manager. We need someone to manage Liverpool Football Club. You need to be quick, funny,
Charismatic?
Yeah, charismatic. Like, make us laugh a bit.
You've got to be a manager, bro. That's why they get paid millions
Give
and
us
millions
some
of pounds.
emotion. I don't want to see this flatline emotion from Slot.
And that's why it's really scary, because if this is how we're feeling as fans and we're not even in the dressing room, imagine how the players are feeling. Do they feel disconnected? Do they feel disconnected to us?
He's right over my shoulder here. Listen to this, brother. Listen to what I'm talking to you about, please. Yeah. Anyway, look, we've not even touched on Marseille, but a couple of super chats before we finish this video. We'll do a separate preview for Marseille. We'll put it out maybe about 2 o'clock when the DR show is finished.
Scared for it?
I know. Harmon Lahaney says, signing Isak will now go down as one of our beloved LFC's worst ever moves. Gakpo is one of the most predictable players I've ever seen. Get the ball, step right. 100%. AGT in Bangkok, yes. I'm going on Monday, mate. Scuba Detective Alex mentioned the lack of it. I've just done a big rant about it, so I hope that's good enough for you. Another super chat here from MKH. Gakpo's been scapegoated. We just need to be more clinical in front of the goal, and it'll be a morale boost. Yeah.
But Gakpo had a chance yesterday, mate, where it was an open goal almost to score, and he didn't score it as well. But I do agree with you. It's not down to one individual. There's many people on that team that are underperforming, Macher and Kanate in particular, in my opinion.
Enrique in ASAP says, Arnond, big him up. Big up Alex and Doyle. Hope you're both doing good, lad, says Kane. Yeah, that's it. That's it. If you want to be depressed, just watch a Slot press conference.
Genuinely.
Says MD.
Genuinely. Have you read out the super chats?
Yeah, I've done all the super chats. All of them have been done. Finish on Lucy. She's been great today. Maybe I'm too loyal a person, but this guy took on probably the biggest job in football last season, taking over from Klopp. We were praising him for being himself last season. Fans are very fickle. I agree with you.
Yeah,
we were praising
right.
him, but last year we were praising him because he was
winning,
and we were controlling games.
Yeah.
Can you name a game this season which we've controlled the game from start to finish and won and got a clean sheet? No, there hasn't been one.
Not even Barnsley.
Not even one. So Lucy, I agree with you. Like he deserves so much credit for winning and taking over that job from Klopp. But for me, it's like it was a very different Slot last season to the one that we're seeing this season, and we don't really like this version of it.
I agree, and also when how long does that ride for? How much does that credit give you? Are you okay to like stick it out to next season, and then if it carries on, sack him then, or like when is your point of no return? Because that's what's happening at the moment with Liverpool.
And what else is happening is someone like Steve in the chat saying that he started scrolling through his phone now, which he normally criticises during the game because he's bored, and I don't blame you, mate. Anyway, look, we can criticise and we can do all of that, but as Liverpool FC supporters, the clue is in the name, right? We can have a moan and a groan on a podcast on Monday, but when we're at the game, we scream and we shout and we support because that's what we need to do. So smash that like button if you can. Massive week to come. We've got Marseille away, Bournemouth away, and then the next couple of weeks are even bigger as well. So it's time to come together. I think this is maybe Arne Slot's last kind of run where he needs really to turn things around before things can get, and we hear louder boos, we hear more calls, we hear all of that. So come on, we've got to get behind, stay strong, get behind the team and get this turned around because, like I said, we've not lost in 12 games, but it is a bit of a miserable period that we're going through right now. We always play badly in January, you know.
Yeah, we do.
Every January.
Even with
always my birthday. Even Nunes at Brentford last year, we played rubbish in that game, but we won.
We won 2-0, yeah. I remember that. Just at the last minute. I said that.
Right. If you're listening to this, smash that like button, give us a 5-star review wherever you get your audio podcasts. If you're watching us on YouTube, please smash that like button on the way out. Subscribe to the Kop TV. If you haven't already, hit that notification bell. And we'll be back in a couple of hours. Please make sure you watch the Marseille preview because it's lineup predictions, score predictions. God knows what's going to happen in that game, and that's another game we're desperate to win.
It's already a terrifying game of football. That.
I know. Talk about atmosphere.
All our hopes are on this Champions League now.
And the FA Cup.
Everything, yeah, and the FA Cup.
Got Brighton at home.
But I want the Champions League.
That's a Saturday night, Valentine's Day, 8 o'clock kickoff.
If Arne Slot ended up winning the Champions League after this season, it would be the most Liverpool thing that's ever happened. It would. Because that's what Liverpool do, by the way.
But let's not even think about that because we've got to get through to the next round of it first. So let's go and beat Marseille and carry a bag. Anyway, Doyle, big up, rest up, mate. I hope your back's okay. It might just be you on your own next Monday.
I'll ask Joe.
We'll ask Joe.
We always
Try
love
and get
Joe,
Scouse
he's a lovely
GK
man.
in, right?
Yeah.
And I won't be around for the one after that as well.
So I'll do 2. I'll ask him for 2 weeks in a
Potentially,
row,
yeah.
brother.
Please. Right, guys, much love, right? Thank you for all the amazing birthday wishes. You guys are literally the best. You know, we love our audience.
We're
We
so
love you
lucky.
guys watching us.
We're so
We're
lucky.
very privileged to do this. We never, ever take that for granted. So
Thank you very
thank
much.
you, everyone, for everything that you've been doing for the
Having
channel
said
this
that-
season. Let's carry it on.
Having said that, just before you leave, could you please give us a like on the way out? Because we only got 100 likes on this one.
Yeah,
And
that's
all the
what it
likes
would-
really help us. with
500
traffic
of you
and
watching right now. Get
stuff. Please
them
give us
likes
a like
up.
on your way out. That'd
And
be great.
keep locked in later on today for the Marseille preview. Take care.